Let's learn about the difference between parallel period and DATEADD in Power BI. We have this table where we are showing month-wise total sales. Total sales is a measure which is just sum of the sales. If I want to calculate anything for the previous period, I can use a DATEADD to show data for, let's say, for last year or the previous month. I can also use parallel period, but there is a subtle difference between both. So let me create one calculation with the DATEADD first. So I can go ahead and create a new measure. Previous year sales, DATEADD. You can use calculate and total sales as the expression and filter with DATEADD. So we'll use DATEADD with date from the calendar table, and I want to go, let's say, 1 year back. Okay. If I add this here, so you can see that this is giving me the previous year values for the corresponding periods. So if I'm looking at January 2024, it is giving me the value of January 2023 here. So we are getting the monthly previous year values. Okay. Now let me try to do the same thing, but using the parallel period. So let me create a new measure with parallel period. Parallel period. So the syntax remains almost the same. You need to provide the dates, then the intervals, and then which interval you want to put. But the output is different. So we'll use calendar date as the dates. My interval would be -1 and the period interval would be year. Okay. Now let's add that too. And now you see that here we are getting different result. So this is the difference between the date add and the previous and the parallel period. With the date add, you're getting the context of the table, and by that context, you are getting the previous year values. But with parallel period, you do not have that context applied. It simply gives you the output of the all the year, all the months for the previous year. So this 64 6404933 is actually the complete last year sales value. So when you have provided here in the parallel period the context as 1 year, then it will give you the previous year value irrespective of the month context that you apply. Okay, so this is what the difference is. Parallel period does not keep the date context. It will keep the complete previous period that you have selected. If I had selected month over here, then it would have given you the previous month period. Let me show you that too. Previous month sales using parallel period. So if I had used total sales with parallel period, and here if I had kept -1 month, okay, if I had kept this, then for this is giving you the previous month value. So now you are getting the correct previous month value, right? So you're getting for each month, you're getting the previous month value. Now this will work since this context is also at the month level. If I change this context, if I add more granularity here, if I add, for example, I add day as well in this, then you will notice that this will still give you the data for the monthly level. Okay, so always parallel period always keeps the context that is defined in the expression. And this is the difference between data add and parallel period. Thank you and see you in the next video.